All right, what's up, bakers? So we just got to Boulangerie Utopie. We're gonna shoot a little video talking to Xavier, the head baker. We're also gonna talk to one of the owners. In 2024, they won Best Baguette in Paris. So we're gonna find out what makes a good baguette, why did they win, and what did they look for in a quality baguette, the importance of flour, all those awesome things. So let's go check it out.
Salut tout le monde. Bah écoutez, on est à la Boulangerie Utopie, comme vous pouvez le voir. Moi, c'est Xavier Netry et j'ai gagné le meilleur prix de la baguette 2024 de Paris. Donc voilà.
Okay, hi guys, I'm Erwan. I'm one of the co-founders of the Utopie bakery. So I make this crazy stuff with one of my friends and that's it.
So can you tell me about the importance of baguette and why it's so popular here?
La baguette française, elle est super importante. Pourquoi? Parce que le français, c'est un consommateur de pain. C'est un consommateur surtout de tradition. Donc c'est très très important en France d'avoir une bonne baguette et de pouvoir faire plaisir à la clientèle. Donc ouais, c'est super important.
And you eat it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, déjeuner, petit déjeuner, dîner ou...
Oui, bien sûr, la baguette elle peut se retrouver très facilement au petit déjeuner, le midi, le déjeuner et le dîner le soir. Ouais, la baguette, elle est sur toutes les tables françaises, donc ouais, c'est un élément qui est très très important en France.
Can you tell me, tu peux m'expliquer l'importance de la farine dans les produits? Pas juste baguette, mais tout. So the importance of flour in the bread.
C'est très important d'avoir une bonne farine afin de pouvoir avoir un bon produit final. Avoir une farine qui n'est pas forcément bien traitée et tout, on peut avoir de très gros problèmes. Le fait de travailler de très bonne farine, on ne peut qu'avoir un résultat parfait.
Okay, that makes sense. So basically, you can't really get a good result without a proper flour. You just can't hide it. Tu penses que la goutte du pain, c'est meilleur de la farine ou la fermentation ou les deux?
Je pense que c'est les deux. Les deux sont super importants, ouais.
Okay.
Carrément.
Fermentation, flavor, basically everything, handling, shaping. Can you tell me a little about the flour, the type of flour? Alors, au Canada, la farine qu'on utilise, c'est vraiment fort, mais ici, c'est plus doux. Le wheat, c'est plus doux. Tu peux m'expliquer c'est quoi la farine que vous utilisez ou vous choisissez dans la baguette?
Nous, on va utiliser une farine qui est comment dire, moulée par les moulins familiaux. Voilà, c'est une très bonne farine, c'est une T65 très exactement, une farine blanche qui est labellisée. C'est une très très bonne farine. Donc après, on a beaucoup d'autres farines.
So we're using a T65 flour, very soft, very good quality.
For the flour, we need a good flour. T65 is a good flour for alvéolage.
For the crumb structure.
La T65, ça va être une très très bonne farine pour avoir une belle qualité de tradition, avoir un bel alvéolage, une belle croûte. On va pouvoir la travailler assez facilement, donc c'est ça qui va être très abordable.
Okay, yeah, so it's way better for the holes inside, the crumb structure, the fermentation, the handling of the flour as well, the way you handle it. And if you're using Canadian flour, the mixing process with Canadian flour would be very, very different from the mixing process with French flour. Because with French flour, you're mixing it, quand tu mélanges les farines T65, c'est plus doux, non? C'est plus, it's like soft mixing, right?
With strong flours, you get something very good to make big piece of bread, you know, and you get a good fermentation as well. T65 is more...
That makes sense. So you're respecting the farmer that grows it. It's grown close to the bakery. You know exactly the person who it's coming from. Like, le farine, ça change. Does the flour change from year to year? Like, la farine cette année, c'est différent l'année prochaine parce que c'est les fermiers, c'est le terroir, ça change. Alors, when you get new flour, you make a test batch?
Sometimes we don't know it. We just, when it's happening, when you make the product, you know, you arrive and you say, what the hell, what's happening today? And now you have change of cereal, you know, and after for the next day, you adapt your process, what you need to have the same result.
What do you look for in a baguette? What makes you happy? If you pull the baguette out, how do you know it's good?
Comment je sais que c'est une bonne baguette? À la sortie du four? Non, dès le début au niveau de la pétrie. Hein.
Okay, so you already know before it even hits the oven if it's a good baguette or not, which is really cool. Can you explain the process a little bit?
Okay, I start with my flour and my water. I make
autolyse.
Autolyse. The autolyse. Yeah, the autolyse for 2 or 3 hours.
Hours?
Yeah.
So for the autolyse, it's better for starting the fermentation, starting enzymatic activity, relaxing the dough a little bit, and just getting a good start. Does it also matter for the... Tu fais l'autolyse aussi pour the workflow? Ouais, c'est organisé avec l'autolyse aussi? Okay. Yeah, so when you're doing like, and then after you do bassinage water, adding a little
even
bit?
in autolyse,
Okay.
we start the bassinage to be sure to have a regularity
Okay.
about the dough. Start in, even in your autolyse, we start with temperature de base. Like this, Xavier is pretty sure to have regular results on his dough at the end.
The question that everyone's gonna ask me, and they're gonna get upset if I don't include this in the video, everyone asks this for everything. Even though it really depends on your flour, people are so obsessed with the hydration. What is the hydration? What is the hydration? It doesn't matter what recipe I make. The first question, the hydration really depends on the flour. Can you tell me the baguette hydration that you use?
Yeah, we use 76 hydratation.
76. Okay, that's pretty high for a baguette though, I think.
Selon les périodes de l'année.
Après, c'est selon les périodes de l'année. Selon les périodes de l'année, on est sur du 72 ou du 76% d'hydratation.
So with the levain, depending on the time of year, you're going somewhere between 68 to 76.
If you use like vin liquide or levain dur, you know, you got two different sourdough. For the baguette, we use liquid sourdough.
Or stiff sourdough. You using two or are you using just liquid?
For the baguette, always liquid.
Okay.
Because it's more lactic and you got something less acidity, and it's very good for baguette. Big bread, we use sourdough, the strong one.
Okay, that's beautiful language for this video. Not to just it's so
it's between English and French.
Just but the way you said it is like what people want to hear. Like, oh, like why are you using this type of sourdough for the lactic fermentation? Da 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 da. I think it's really important to remember that, like with the hydration, if you take a French recipe and you try to make it in Canada, it's very different. So if you go to make a baguette with 68% hydration in Canada, it doesn't come out like this because the flour is so strong. You have to base it on the flour.
What's important to understand, I'm saying, is like hydration for the baker is the tool you have to make the balancing every day when you making your dough. So it's going to be, there is a part of the water you put every day for sure inside your dough. And after, at the end of the process, when we're making the dough, we're making what we call a bassinage. The bassinage is not like regular one. You can make it a little bit more or a little bit less. It depends on the day. If it's raining like today, or if it's very sunny, and this is the time when you're gonna change a little bit of your recipe and adapt for the day, or how to explain in English.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're
know what I
changing
mean?
day to day.
Yeah, this is
It's
changing
raining,
day to
it's
day.
hot, it's humid, it's winter, it's cold. Like
using a high hydration on your dough is going to be better for the squabble or the texture inside your bread. But it's not like an obsess chew, you know. If you use too much hydration inside your dough and you don't know how to work your high hydrated dough, it's not going to be better if you put a little bit less, you know.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
For the baguette, like around 70% hydration, I'm thinking it's very, very, very cool.
After the bakery was awarded Best Baguette in Paris, what was the impact on the bakery and you? So
l'impact, on a attiré beaucoup plus de touristes.
Okay.
C'est très intéressant, beaucoup plus de touristes.
So after winning, all the tourists came. Everyone wants to eat the best baguette, right?
L'impact pour moi aussi, c'est que du coup, ça m'a un petit peu élevé dans le monde de la boulangerie, ce qui est super intéressant. Donc, voilà.
Ça fait des opportunités pour toi? Tu as changé ta vie? Tu m'as dit que tu vas à Corée pour enseigner?
Oui, je vais aller faire quelques petites démonstrations un peu à gauche, à droite, en Corée, encore à d'autres endroits, oui, forcément.
So now Xavier's been asked to go to Korea to teach. I'm trying to get him to come to Canada at some point, maybe to do a class with us. How many baguettes do you make a day?
La semaine, on va en faire à peu près 700.
700?
Yeah. Et le week-end, on est entre 800 et peut-être 1000 des fois, ça dépend des week-ends.
So during the week, it's about 700 a day, and on the weekend, it's 1,000?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of baguettes. Now I want to ask you, if someone was coming here, they watch this video, they come for a baguette, what else should they try? What else are you really proud of? What is your favorite product here?
For me, one of my favorite bread we are making here is like authentic. It's a really big piece of bread. You can take the size you want because we sell it on the cut. This is a more simple and regular one. It's just flour, hard sourdough, sea salt, and water and love.
For me, it's a why. I love why. C'est un pain de caractère.
It's a bread with character.
Yeah.
C'est juste que j'aime bien.
Yeah, same. A bread with character. Yeah, same.
And the shape is really crazy.
Yeah.
Look, that's it.
So it's actually starting to rain, and we got a couple baguettes on the table, and there's a huge line of people in the bakery, so I think we should cut some baguettes, and I should let these guys get back to work. Xavier's about to take the baguettes out of the oven. He said they're 20 minutes, but when it's raining like this, you have to bake them a little bit long. Otherwise, they're gonna be too humid and they're gonna absorb some of that water and they're gonna get soft. But we want these to be crisp and crunchy. All right, let's cut into one of these and see what they look like inside. Oh yeah, buddy, beautiful. Amazing. Love the color. Really, really, really good, clean taste on this. I'm gonna have to take a couple of these home for my kids. So if you want to talk to Xavier about baguettes, you can always send him a message on Instagram. Hopefully we'll see him in Canada soon and we'll be doing a masterclass with him. I know he's gonna be teaching in Korea and probably a bunch of other places soon. Will definitely link his Instagram and I'll link the bakery with the address in the description of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.